Hey everyone, my name is Danny Dumas, and this is the Earn Your Title podcast. Today we're going to talk about something that I've thought was really dumb and stupid for a very long time. If you're close to my age, you might have heard of this movie called The Secret. I didn't actually look it up because it doesn't matter, but I want to say it came out probably in 2010-ish. And basically the idea is that if you put something out into the world, so you think about something, they would use the word manifest it. If you put it out into the universe, you send your energy out to the universe, that energy will multiply and it will bounce back and it will bring you what you are manifesting. So if you're a young single man, you start to manifest this beautiful wife in this amazing job. And there's dream boards where you'd put your Ferrari on there, you put your Rolex, you get a mansion. And we've all heard the story of, the super successful guy who was, 15 years ago, he made his vision board. He was manifesting this mansion and then he forgot about it. And 15 years later, he's moving into his new mansion and he's super successful and gets his vision board out and he realizes the picture that he had cut out of that magazine was actually the house he was living in. And, as I've gotten older, I've had a chance to reflect on that. And, sometimes we get older and wiser and we change our minds. And I realized that I have not changed my mind on visualization when it comes to I'm going to have a Lamborghini. I'm going to speak this into existence. But I have changed my idea on visualizing what you want today. And I've been listening. I listen to self-help, leadership, all kinds of things. And I've heard it multiple times from different people saying something that I had never taken this take on why this works. I don't think there's the voodoo of just if you say it and claim it, I don't think that's there, but I think there's some science behind it. I think there's some psychology behind visualization. And I want to explain what I've been doing over the past year as part of my Miracle Morning. If you're not familiar with what a Miracle Morning is, I did a whole episode on it. It's basically when you wake up and there's a few things you do to make your day better. And I've been doing that consistently since January. And one of those things is visualization, but it's very specific. What doesn't work, I don't think, is just to think about, I'm going to have a mansion. I'm going to have $2 million and it's just going to happen. There's no magic there. But what the magic is, if you want to use the word magic, but the psychology is that what you think about, you observe. And if you don't believe me, I can prove it to you. The last time you bought a new car, the last time you bought, you just bought a new red pickup truck. The amount of red pickup trucks that you will see the day after you purchase that red pickup truck is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Or maybe you just get a new pair of shoes and they're a fairly popular pair of shoes. And as you walk around, man, lots of people have these shoes on. That is a part of your brain called the reticular activator. And it's our brain. It's kind of the filter because we get a lot of information. You get information every single day. Imagine you drive to work, how much data you're processing. There's a red light, there's a green light. This guy's merging, his blinker's on. I'm going this speed, they're going this speed. And we observe all this stuff and our brain takes all of it in, but it doesn't bring everything to the front of our attention. For instance, we don't really care what color the car is in front of us. We do care when the brake lights come on, right? Because that means the car's stopping. Our brain, our reticular activation system goes, brake lights, stop. And that is what visualization does. It is priming our brain to see things that we want to see, that we're choosing to observe. You can use this in your relationship. You can visualize your wife being a happy, caring, loving, affectionate person. Now, maybe your wife is not kind, caring, affectionate, loving every single day, right? If you've been around women for very long, I have 3 sisters, a mom, a female dog, 2 daughters, and a wife. There's a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions. But if you choose every morning to visualize the goodness of your wife, and hopefully they all have some goodness to them, even when sometimes they're being crazy. Hopefully, my wife's not watching this. I don't think she's crazy most of the time. But if you see the good things, if you visualize the positive interactions, you're telling your brain, look out for this. And so when you're leaving for work and your wife says, I love you, see you later. If you're not looking for that, you might not actually recognize. Your brain doesn't put it to the fore. It doesn't put the brake lights on and go, hey, there's something happening here. But when you're visualizing that your wife said something kind and said something hopeful, she can't wait till you get back, and you've made that something that your brain pays attention to. Well, now you've thought all day long, hey, my wife loves me and she can't wait to see me. That literally can change your life. And that's the power of manifestation or visualization, whatever you want. It's if you're a Christian, it's biblical. There's a scripture. Think on these things, good, beautiful, kind, all these good things. Think about them so that when you see them, they pop out, because we're going to observe the world. If you have a negative mindset, if you have everybody's a crook, everybody's this, everybody's out to steal my money, everyone's a liar, that's what you see. And I bet you've seen this. I have had some friends growing up, just two guys that I can think of specifically. They were habitual liars. They just would lie for he's my friend and I know all the truth. And he would tell somebody else something that was a lie, and not even like a beneficial lie. Just like he would say, my name's Jared and his name was John, and I'm just making some names up. Why would you lie about that? There's no reason. They just had to lie. Those guys would see super untrusting because they saw the world through liars. Anytime you see someone who's very anti something, there's something in them that is letting them see the world. Like if you see someone who's racist and they or they feel like the world is against them for whatever their color, their gender, their religion, their sex, whatever it is, they see that. If that's what their primary driver is, like I'm a victim, I'm this. No matter where you go, they're going to see that it was because of those things. That is their reticular activation system going, I'm thinking about it, I'm looking for it, there it is, there it is, there it is. And that's the danger, right? That's the opposite side. If we're thinking about these negative things, these awful things, that's the danger, and you're going to see them. It doesn't mean they're out there. It doesn't mean it's real, but your brains bring it to the forefront. So what I do every morning, not every morning, most mornings when I wake up, I get up and I spend, I usually do a 5-minute periods or 10-minute periods, depending on how much time I have. If I have an hour, it's 10 minutes. If I have 30 minutes, it's 5 minutes. I'll pray 5 minutes. I'll meditate for 5 minutes. I'll visualize for 5 minutes. What am I visualizing? I think about the things that that are coming up in my day. I visualize what it would look like if it was good. It's going to be getting to work, knocking out the paperwork quickly, interacting with my guys, writing a training plan for something that I'm coming up, and it's just falling into place. My workout, I'm going to get down at this time. I'm going to, even I'm going to take a nap, and the nap's going to go good. I'm going to feel good when I wake up. I visualize the day I want, so that when it's time to execute, my brain has something to look for, and it's ready to go. And that is really powerful. And it seems really woo-woo, right? It seems really like, what are we doing? But all it is that you're just priming yourself to see it. When it comes to making money, you're seeing opportunities to take advantage of the things that you've already seen happen. Now we do this naturally. Like in the other way of doing this outside of visualization is to gain experience. The other day we had a fire that I was in command of. I showed up. There were some issues we had. Power lines were on a building. We weren't able to spray water. The building wasn't on fire yet. And I looked at it and I told the person standing next to me, this building is going to burn down. How did I know that? Well, I've had past experiences. My brain took all the little observations and said, we're not going to be able to save this. And I was 100% right. 100%. That is what happened. That was my mind, my reticular activator going, I've seen this. I know this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. And it's allowing me to predict. The awesome thing is that you don't have to actually have it happen. You can put that into your mind. You can see yourself being successful. I play music and I play at my church, and I am not the greatest guitar player. I don't even think I'm that good. And there's sometimes where I'll have to start a song and I'm playing all by myself and there's nothing but, a little click in my ear so I can keep time. And if I practice, that's good. but it's amazing if I practice and then visualize myself playing it perfectly. And that's what you should be doing. If you've got a big meeting coming up and you're thinking about what you want to say, practice it in your head perfectly. You know, we've heard of POWs playing golf, and you know, obviously they're prisoners of war. They're not playing golf, but they knew this course really well, and they played 18 holes every day, and every shot they took was perfect. And then when they get out, they've maintained their skill level of golf. Our brains don't necessarily know the difference between actually doing something and visualizing doing something, thinking through it. And I want to encourage you to give it a shot. Even if it's just see the world through a brighter lens. See the world that you want to have, not the world you have. You know, it could be as simple as you're driving to work. Just I'm gonna have a good drive to work. Nobody could do anything to make me upset. So you're thinking that no one can do anything, and when the guy cuts you off, you could think, man, maybe his wife's pregnant and they're on the way to the hospital to have their first kid. It'd be hard to get mad at a guy for cutting you off and speeding past you if his wife is actively delivering a baby in the car and he's trying to get there. Would you be upset? You'd be a jerk if you were upset. But by visualizing the fact that nothing's going to bother you, you have the ability to let nothing bother you. And it's a very exciting and encouraging that we can have tools like that to make our life better. Think about the way you want the world to be, and then that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the red truck. You're going to see the positive interactions with your spouse as opposed to the negative ones. This is not easy. This is a practice. This is something you have to do on a consistent basis. But I would encourage you to visualize the life you want on a daily basis. Now, maybe eventually, if you go to business, you visualize good days. Eventually, you might be able to visualize the mansion you want because you see the steps to get there. You're visualizing the steps. You know, I'm going to do this, and this will get me this promotion. When I get this promotion, I'm going to take these actions, and I get those actions, I'm going to get this kind of paycheck, and this is the kind of paycheck it takes to get that kind of house. Then yeah, if that's what you're doing, then I do believe in visualization. I don't have any problem with you going into the jewelry store, looking at the Rolex and going, I would love one of those one day. But just by saying I would love a Rolex doesn't get you there. Getting a Rolex requires pay raises and advances and winning clients and, you know, saving money, not going into debt. Visualize your day to day, and I think you will be off to a better start. If you'd like some help connecting with your family, I am launching a beta program. It's 2 weeks to reconnect with your loved ones, and I need some guys to help me make sure this is a quality program. There is a form at the end of the show notes. Fill it out. It's very simple. First name, last name, email address, one major problem that you're having connecting with your family. I would love to do this. Will be one-on-one coaching. It will be unlimited access to questions and answers from me. And I think I've come up with something that has the ability to truly change people's lives. So connect with me. This is free. It's a beta. It's not going to be free forever. And I think it's going to be cool. Can't wait to hear from you. My name is Danny Dumas, and this is the Earn Your Title podcast. I will talk to you later. Bye.